Welcome to the Calcutta Race's Autumn Meeting 2021 second day, Saturday 13 November 2021 race preview. The first race of the afternoon is the satellite handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 in class 5 to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. We have two runners we are looking at first. Number 3, Annie's Boy. Annie's Boy had 3 starts in the monsoon season. Its best start was its first start where it finished on 5th in race number 13 over 1200 meters. Number 5 is the other runner we are looking at, Mother's Love, who also had 3 runs in the monsoon season. And in its last start, Mother's Love was racing in 5th spot as they entered the home straight, made some late gains down the center in the grey jacket and finished on 3rd behind Criteria. Next up we got number 4, Honey Crisp, and Honey Crisp had a couple of starts in the monsoon season. In its first start, it was planted in the gate, finished on 10th of 10 runners. In its next start, Honey Crisp in race number 33 was racing in 5th spot. When it asked for an effort, Honey Crisp finished on 5th behind Legendary Striker, who won that race by almost a distance. We move on to the second race of the afternoon, the Coxcomb Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 in class 5 to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We got Adorinda first, couple of starts in the monsoon season. First finished on 5th behind Basharat in race number 15. In his next start, Adorinda went on a start to finish mission. Into the last 200 meters, Adorinda stuck on for 2nd behind Sustado, who won that race by almost 9 3/4 of a length. Next up we got number 2, Jinsuku. Jinsuku had only 1 start in the monsoon season. It had a very good winter season where it won its last start in race number 120, beating Tahoe. Jinsuku in its only start in the monsoon season in race number 8 was travelling in front but dropped through the field, finished on 8th of 9 runners. The winner here was Ailani, who won that race by almost 2 lengths. Next up we got couple of runners here. Number 3, Spanish City. Spanish City had 1 start in this season where in race number 3 it finished on 9th behind Sea Lion. We also had number 4, Unstoppable. Unstoppable was racing in 10th spot, made some late gains and finished on 8th of 11 runners. The winner here was Sea Lion, who won that race by almost 2 3/4 of a length. Next up, number 5, Legend Returns. Legend Returns is by Win Legend out of Clear Cut, and Legend Returns in its first start in the season where it was racing in 4th spot in the Phillies Trial Stakes and dropped back slightly and finished on 6th of 6 runners. The winner here was Scruples, who won that race by 3/4 of a length. Next up we got number 6, Tomorrow Forever, who skipped the monsoon season. Its last season in the winter season, it had a very busy season, ran almost 10 times. In its last start, Tomorrow Forever was slow to begin, was in 8th spot as it turned for home, made late gains down the center and at one time took charge, but was beaten by Ashwamegh, who came on the wide outside and got that race by a nose. Next up we got Leslie. Leslie had only 1 start in the monsoon season in race number 14. Leslie was travelling in 8th spot, made some late gains on the wide outside, you can see on the all red on the top of your screen, and then finished on 5th of 9 runners. The winner here was Shivalik Silk, who went on a start to finish mission and then won that race very easily. We move on to the third race of the afternoon, the Star Contender Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible in class 4 to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. The first 2 runners we are looking at is number 1, Indian Tiger. Indian Tiger had 5 starts in the previous season, and Indian Tiger in its last start in race number 50 took charge, went on a start to finish mission and kicked away from the field as they entered the last 200 meters, won that race by almost 2 3/4 of a length. Number 5, Ember Glow, who was travelling in 4th spot, threatened for a while. Then the run petered out and it finished on 4th of 7 runners, almost 5 lengths from the winner. Next up we got number 3, Wandering Angel. Wandering Angel had an average monsoon season. Its 4 starts, only placed once. But on its first start in the winter track, Wandering Angel took charge into the last 600 meters and had an advantage of almost 4 lengths as they entered the last 200 and extended the margin but to about 7 lengths, beating Tahoe. And Wandering Angel is ridden by Mohammad Imran today. Number 4 is Amazing Dream. Amazing Dream was a winner in its first start in race number 29 in the previous winter season, where it got the better of Big Pearl. Then it went up against Jake, where it finished on 7th. In the monsoon season, where it had one start in race number 46, where it finished on 6th of 12 runners behind Chameleon's Image. Next up, we got Nandini's Pet. Nandini's Pet had 4 starts in the monsoon season, where it failed to place in any of its starts. In its last start in the race number 6 in the current season, it was travelling in 2nd spot and weakened slightly as they entered the last 200 meters and finished on 5th of 10 runners. The winner here was Rare Bird, who won that race by about half a length. We move on to the 4th race of the afternoon, the Totalizator Handicap for horses weighted 41 to 66 to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. 3 runners we are looking at. First, number 1, Harbour Sunrise, had 4 starts in the monsoon season. It finished on 2nd in last 2 starts. In its last start, Harbour Sunrise was travelling in 3rd spot, then was challenged for the lead and finished on 2nd behind D-Night Mysore, who had finished on 3rd in its previous 3 starts. In fact, finished on 2nd in his previous 3 starts. Finally got the measure of Harbour Sunrise. We also had number 6, Cormorant, who was travelling in 7th spot, weakened and finished on 8th. And D-Night Mysore got this race by almost half a length. Next up, we got 2 runners here. Number 2, East Side. East Side was the horse of the season in the monsoon season. It won 2 of its 5 starts. East Side in its last start was travelling in 6th spot. Did not really make any much impression, finished on 7th of 9 runners. Number 4 is Dundee Satyagraha, who was racing in 8th spot, then came up with a late dash on the outside, as you can see in the red cap, and got the place money behind Phoenicia Mist. Number 7 is Centurion. Centurion had 1 start in the monsoon season, where it was travelling in 9th spot. When asked for an effort, it actually went backward and finished on 11th of 12 runners. It had a much better winter season, where it had won a race in race number 81, where it got the measure of UV over 1100 meters. We move on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the Miss Excellence Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46 to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. First, we are looking at 3 runners here. Number 1, Rakshaki. Rakshaki ran 5 times in the monsoon season, placed in his first start. And in his first start in the winter season, Rakshaki was travelling in 9th spot, made some late gains and finished on 5th. We had number 6, Sir Mo. Sir Mo came down from northern India, was racing in 11th spot, detached from the field and finished on 11th of 11 runners. We also had number 7, Wind Chaser, who was travelling in 8th spot, made up a place and finished on 7th. The winner here was Sea Lion, who was a little slow out of the gates but got going into the last 200 meters and won that race. 2 runners we have. Number 2, Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe was a winner in its first start in race number 16, where it got the measure of Shopify. In his next start in the Derby, Robinson Crusoe was travelling in 6th spot and then did not make any further improvement, finished on 6th of 10 runners. We also had number 4, The Protector. In the run we are looking at is the Monsoon Derby, where the Protector was travelling in 2nd spot, but it fell through the field and finished on 8th of 10 runners. The winner here was OSS. Number 3 is Ailani. Ailani was a winner in his first start in race number 8 in the monsoon season over 1400 meters. Then it went up over 1600 meters, went on a start to finish mission, but Sea Sky got the measure of Ailani into the last 200 meters, where Ailani was found a little flat footed, finished on second, almost 5 lengths from the winner. Next up, we got number 5, Nazakat. Nazakat placed 4th in his first start behind Robinson Crusoe over 1400 meters. Next up, it went over 1600 meters, where in race number 47, it took over charge into the first 200 meters and then kicked away from the field as they entered the home straight, and finally won that race by about length and a half, beating Free Spirit. We move on to the 6th race of the afternoon, the Baklava Handicap for horses rated 61 to 86 over 1400 meters. Couple of runners we are looking at. First, number 1, Pontius Pilot. Pontius Pilot came down from Hyderabad, had couple of starts. First, and finished on 3rd behind Sitara in his next start in race number 30. It was travelling in 4th spot, stayed on in 4th of 5 runners. We also had number 3, Mountain Lion. Mountain Lion, after coming down from southern India, in its first start, Mountain Lion went on a start to finish mission and kicked away from the field, won that race by almost 2 3/4 of a length. Next up, we got 2 runners. Number 4, Agnostic, the unbeaten gelding, who won that Cold Trial Stake in a very emphatic fashion, beating Eastwood. We also had number 7, Jake, who was unbeaten until it met Agnostic in the Cold Trial Stake, where Jake had gone on a start to finish mission. When asked for an effort by Trevor, it didn't have much to offer. It finished on 3rd, today being ridden by Akshay Kumar. Number 5 is Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger is a very experienced runner for his age. In his last start, Cliffhanger was travelling in 3rd spot. Then when asked for an effort into the home straight, Cliffhanger dropped back and finished on 5th. The winner here was Inca, who won that race in a 3-way battle. Number 6 is Jeweler. Jeweler had one start earlier on in race number 37 after coming down from northern India. In his last start, Jeweler was travelling in 5th spot, but then it was really the fastest moving horse into the last 100 meters, where it was coming down like a freight train, but the race was already won by Phoenicia Miss, who had gone an easy lead and won that race by almost length and a half. We move on to the 7th and last race of the day, the Usher Handicap for horses rated 41 to 66 to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. The first runner we are looking at is number 1, Night Secret. Night Secret had one start after coming down from Bangalore, and where it went over 1600 meters, and Night Secret was racing in 3rd spot. Into the home straight, it took charge into the last 300 and kicked away from the field, won that race by a widening margin of 6.5 lengths, beating Justified. Next up, we got 2 runners here. Number 2, Top Notch. Top Notch had 3 starts in the monsoon season. Its best start was in race number 41, where it finished on 3rd. In its last start in race number 4, Top Notch was racing in 3rd spot as they entered the home straight and stayed on in 3rd, a distance behind. And we also had number 5, which is Apna Taimaiga. Apna Taimaiga perhaps needed the run, was travelling in 5th spot, finished on 6th of 10 runners. The winner here was Camila. Number 4 is Justified. Justified went up against Night Secret and lost in race number 18. Next start, it went over 2000 meters, where Justified justified the favoritism and got the measure of Head Boy. In his last start in race number 37, Justified was travelling in 7th spot, then made some late gains and finished on 3rd of 8 runners behind Redoubtable, almost 10 lengths from the winner. Next up, we got number 6, Eastern Crown. Eastern Crown had a average monsoon season, couple of start. First, it finished on 4th behind Kimaya. Next up, over 1400 meters, it finished on 8th of 10 runners behind Cletus. But Eastern Crown finished its winter season with a back-to-back win And its last two start, it got the measure of Yahalla. In its in the last start, it got the measure of Windchaser in race number 105 and race number 131. Next up, we got number 8, Daring Heart. Daring Heart had 3 starts in the monsoon season. It placed third in its earlier start in race number 17 behind Adonica. In its last start, Daring Heart went out as the favourite, was travelling in 6th spot, then made some late gains towards the inside and just missed out the place money, finished on 4th. The winner here was D Knight Mysore. Number 9 is Whistleblower. Whistleblower had one start in Calcutta where it was travelling in 3rd spot in race number 48 as they entered the home straight. Then into the last 200 meters, Whistleblower took charge and won that race by almost 5 lengths, beating Intellection. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races or on our YouTube channel.